Hey, good morning, guys. Hey, good morning, guys. Hey, good morning, guys. Hey, good morning, guys. Hey, good morning, guys.
There was a trend that took place a year ago where a bunch of YouTubers made videos titled why they live boring lives, why it's good to live a boring life, the benefits of a boring life, etc. Where they all basically told you that if you live a life where your day-to-day feels unfulfilling, that's actually a good thing because you have your essential needs met and our brains think in terms of major memories. But the truth is these people have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. They're confusing consistency with boredom. If you've been in that spot, maybe you're there right now where like the days just blur by, 2 months go by out of nowhere. Every day is just like a dull dread and you have nothing to really look forward to except Friday, but you can't even really figure out why. These videos are absolute garbage. So I'm gonna teach you how to actually make day-to-day life, like today, tomorrow, not boring, but exciting. Something to get out of bed and actually look forward to without telling you something dumb like pack up your bags, spend a few months living in Latin America like I am, or just travel more because that ain't an option for you. And the first way to do just that is through learning. Now, obviously you're a brokey, you went to public school, so you've been conditioned your whole life to see learning as a chore, having been forcefully educated in calculus, grammar, things that we honestly couldn't care less about. But you can think back to a time when you were learning something you were genuinely interested in and you felt a little bit of joy as time just very quickly passively flew by. Maybe it was a dope history lesson about how Genghis Khan just murked an entire nation, some cool ocean documentary from the History Channel. You remember you were crafting something with your hands, some awesome piece of poetry from Shakespeare. I'm just playing. No one actually liked Shakespeare. Shakespeare was absolute trash. Doth mother know you weareth her. But learning is one of the most exciting and fun activities you can do where time passively flows by in an instant if you're learning something that excites you. Now, rapid skill acquisition is the first way you want to implement this into your life. This is when you learn something that you think will excite you, it'll be fun, but only for the sake of a general understanding. For example, some things I've picked up recently are becoming a certified scuba diver. I took a science of well-being course on Coursera, which is a free course which covers the research-backed ways to make you happier and more fulfilled in life. I spent a month learning how to speed type. I spent a week and a half learning about the history of Apple. And some things I want to pick up in this year are learning how to hunt, learning how to dive headfirst into a pool. There was a cool course I heard about from Jocko Willing called Extreme Ownership. I thought was pretty cool. And then I also want to learn how to ride a motorcycle. Now, in none of these things I'm a master at or plan on becoming. I could spend years trying to become like a level 9 PADI dive scuba professional master. I could try to spend years trying to become the fastest speed typer in the world. But that's not the point of this. You simply want to gain a general knowledge of the subject because that's where the infatuation is. Then you avoid boredom by switching to something new before it gets stale. This is kind of like first getting into a relationship with someone and you're just amazed by how unique and special this person is, and then 3 months go by, you know everything about them, they're bland and boring. You want to switch to something new before that point when you're learning a new skill or picking up something new. Kind of a weird example, but you get what I'm saying. And then plus you just become a cooler person when you expand on your skills and knowledge. You're just that guy that knows a little bit about this, knows how that works, can tell you about this, has experience in that. So when you're at a party and well, obviously you don't get invited to parties because you're a nerd, but if you were at a party or someone just happened to ask you, what do you do for fun? You have 2 or 3 cool things you can say that, oh, I just started this up, I just learned about this. You're passionate and it shows. You're not just a boring person who's the same day-to-day mundane thing. So set aside a 20-minute block for this daily, either before or after something that you already do daily. So for example, 20 minutes before you brush your teeth at night, or what I like to do is take the time to learn after an intense deep work session. It's a way to let my brain unwind and relax for a little bit. Regardless of whatever you choose, do this daily and you'll find your days are much less boring because you have something exciting to learn. Now, the second type of learning you want to implement into your life is for mastery. This is the 1 or 2 skills that you want proficiency in. For me, one of the skills is fighting. I already have the basics of boxing down to where I know the footwork and like the basic fundamentals. I can throw decent kicks and tees in Muay Thai. I know just enough about jiu-jitsu to avoid completely exposing myself, but I want to become proficient in this. I just enjoy the thought of knowing that my body is a weapon. So I'm putting in 4 to 6 hours right now into boxing per week to achieve mastery over this skill. And the second thing I want to master is super unrelatable, but becoming a YouTuber influencer. I'm spending as much time as I can per day learning what is good editing, what is good basic, how to tell a story better, how to how to sell a course or digital products. Course dropping soon, by the way, stay tuned. I have a mentor for this. I listen to podcasts on this. I watch videos on this solely because I want to become the best. But if you do this, it'll give you a purpose and a chase in life, knowing there's always another hill to climb, another mountain to go over, new things to learn, new things to implement, and that prevents life from becoming dull. Do not, and I cannot stress this enough, fall into the trap of thinking that, oh, when college ends, I'm done with school because I put in my 22 years. Get that mindset out of your head. When college ends or when high school ends for you, whatever, that is when you're learning and education truly starts. You can immerse yourself in whatever you want to learn, and whatever you do want to learn, people before you have spent their entire lives researching it. Trust me on this, I know it sounds a bit lame, but if you add in rapid skill acquisition and long-term mastery into your life, you will not be bored, because if you always walk through life as if you have something new to learn, then you always will. Now, exploration and taking risks is the second way to avoid a boring life. I want you to think of the world as a grayed out GTA map, and as you spend more time in different parts of the area you're in, more of the map becomes available to you, and you don't need to travel the whole world to get the experience of exploration. Trust me on this, you can get that same exact thrill by taking out 1 hour every weekend to go explore a trail near you haven't been on before, by trying a new restaurant, trying a new route to like the gym or work, trying new things in those restaurants. You could break into abandoned buildings, you can explore cool things downtown. This is the crazy thing. You live near a city or some large metropolitan area. People around the world have your city's name on a list, and you live there. You haven't even seen 99% of it. There's stadiums, parks, streams, rivers, museums. Visit all of them. They will add so much excitement to your life, and if you don't, you will have a lot of regret in the future. It really pains me to this day that I spent 3 years at one of the most beautiful colleges in America. I went to UC Santa Cruz. Don't bother going now though, it's complete garbage school. It's super woke and liberal, but it was decent when I went. And people would tell me all the time, there's these cool trails in the forest that lead to these koi ponds, there's these like hidden classrooms, there's caves near the beach, and I never went. I'm like, oh yeah, cool, I can't wait to go, and it never happened. I just played video games, went to the gym, went to class, day after day for 3 years straight, wondering why my life was so boring. And I feel the same exact way about all the cities I've lived in, Fort Worth, Chicago, San Francisco, even the ones like in Canada in the middle of nowhere. It was my mom who was forcing me to actually go out and explore these cities. She would text me Friday night, like tomorrow morning I'm coming over with your sister, take us somewhere, take us to this island, take us here, take us there, we're going, come no matter what. And I used to hate it, but I'm so glad she forced me to do that, because I have all those amazing memories of the things I did with them that I wouldn't have done had I just stayed in my home. So make a pact with yourself. Okay, Saturday morning after work, I'm just gonna hike a trail near me, I'm gonna check out this cool spot downtown, walk around this park, do something. Now, tying into exploration comes taking risks. And if you want to avoid boredom and feel excitement in your life, there is no better way to do this than taking risks, because it keeps you on your toes constantly. Some of the risks I took recently were partaking in my first jiu-jitsu competition. I adopted a cat. I sold a physical product on Amazon. And then I also, like last weekend, trenched through the jungles of Colombia, out where they're like growing cocaine in these farms, to find a waterfall I just saw like a picture of on the bottom of like some random website because I thought it was cool. It's actually the thumbnail of this video. And then some of the risks I'm planning on doing this year are going ATVing, parasailing, paragliding, zip lining, and surfing. And by the way, if this stuff does sound like a bit far-fetched to you, you're young and you're broke, or you're just broke, realize that there are much cheaper ways to add risk into your life. Go on Facebook events and see the hundreds of events listed in your city daily that you can partake in that are pretty cheap or free. Things like comedy clubs, college football nights, anything you're into is on there. You cannot have a boring life. You make a pact to yourself, okay, every week I'm gonna do one fun thing. If I can bring a friend, not great. If, let's be honest, you don't actually have any friends, so you're not gonna bring any friends with you. If you just go by yourself, it'll be fine. Most people will choose unfulfillment over uncertainty. That's why they live these depressing lives. I'm telling you right now, choose uncertainty. Maybe the event turns out late. Maybe someone makes fun of you for not bringing a friend. I mean, I doubt it would happen, but maybe it does. Do it anyway, and do it weekly, because if you start doing these risks in your life, you don't have time to be bored. It's just not even a thought that pops into your head. It's like, oh, gotta do this, gotta do that, doing this, things are happening. You don't have time to be bored. Now, the last way to make day-to-day life less boring, especially if you are naturally a very consistent person, which is a good thing, like I'm a consistent person too, but that is to track your growth and progress in life. If you were reminded daily of how far you've come to get to where you are right now, you're excited for today, knowing you can go even farther in the future from the actions you take today, even if they might seem mundane. One of the things that you need to be tracking is your net worth, because nowadays, we can't go around conquering land like our ancestors did. So money shows how much of the world that you've conquered. Sign up for the website personalcapital.com or download the app. They did just rebrand themselves to empower.com. So personal capital, empower.com, whatever it is, find the app. You connect all your bank accounts, your savings accounts, retirement accounts, your real estate, your crypto, anything you can think of, and it monitors your progress over time. You can see your growth visually. I open it up once or twice a week, and it's refreshing seeing that even though my bank balances look the same from what they did a month ago, looking at the graph, they're growing and pretty steadily, and I've come so far in the past 3 years. It feels so refreshing knowing that, yeah, like the work I'm doing today, the progress I'm making, and the job I have, it's actually paying off. I'm growing. That adds that excitement to your life where, yeah, today isn't so boring because, this job is actually making me money and I'm seeing my growth in that. So download the app or get the website, personalcapital.com, empower.com. Now, the second thing you want to track is your physique. So obviously you're in the gym, you're making progress, you're lifting heavy weights, you're making some friends there, spitting game with some of the girls, but it's very hard to tell, are you actually getting bigger on a daily basis? You look identical from yesterday, you look more or less the same from 2 months ago. How much progress are you actually making? But if you get a dedicated app for progress photos, I use MyFitnessPal. It's a free app. I'll have it. I'm not gonna have it linked below. Just go search it up, MyFitnessPal. And then if you just scroll to the bottom, you hit the plus button on the weight section, you add in your progress photo. I sometimes add the weight if I have a scale with me. Usually I don't. But then I can see that, oh yeah, I've actually made a bit of progress from 3 months ago. I'm definitely seeing some gains there. I've come so far in the past 3 years. And being reminded of that makes this mundane task of going to the gym, diet, like my sleep, all this stuff matters, and it makes life more exciting. So get that app as well.
Now, the next thing you want to track is your well-being, and this will come from journaling, which I know sounds like super gay, like, oh, dear diary, today I feel like. But the reality is when you take out the time every single morning to reflect on how you feel, things you could have done better, what you're grateful for, you'll notice that over time, the pages you write have so much less negative in them. The way I do this is I write half a page to a page of just random thoughts that are in my head that I want to spill out, as well as improvements I could have done from the previous day. So maybe yesterday I wasted 45 minutes sitting on the toilet and scrolling. Maybe I did say hi to the receptionist when I walked past her in the gym and I should have, and it was like a bit awkward. Maybe I cheated on my diet, whatever the case may be. Once I've done that, then I will write one thing that I'm proud of myself for doing the previous day or that morning. Maybe I'm proud of myself for showing a bit of kindness to a stranger, or if I was like really pushing myself and I got that last rep in the gym. Once I've done that, then I'm gonna write 5 to 8 things that I'm grateful for. And these are short blurbs, like I'm grateful for this park because it's an amazing, peaceful place to meditate every single morning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, get those done, and then I'll finish it off by saying, what would my life be like without those 5 to 8 things that I'm grateful for? So without this park, I have to meditate in my apartment. It doesn't really have that same feel and refreshness of being out in the open, getting some sunlight in my eyes, and all that good stuff. Now, this is a surefire and scientific way to increase your own happiness, but also add that excitement to your life, because if you have poor mental health to where you literally just don't find joy in anything, every day is just a grind to get up and do things, you won't be able to do the other things I've talked about on this list. So take the time out to seriously get a journal, a decent pen, go to a park or someplace near you, even if it's in your apartment, and every morning just journal, because it will improve your well-being. It's something that you do want to track your growth in with time.
And the last thing you want to track your progress in is the needs on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If you don't know, Abraham Maslow was an American psychologist and very interested in human motivation. So his hierarchy of needs covers the human deficiencies and how badly they need to be fulfilled for us to achieve self-actualization, which is becoming the most that you can be as a human. The best way to grow as an individual and achieve the most you can be is to simply work on achieving these needs upwards. So we all have, if you live in a first world country, which you do, you have, food, water, shelter, all those needs met, but maybe you have intimacy, maybe you don't, maybe you have friendship, maybe you don't, maybe you have both, but you don't have self-respect. Work on crossing them upward, because in this pursuit of achieving the most you can be, it will be, a bit of a risk. You have to go out and make friends, you have to do things you haven't done before, get out of your comfort zone, and that will, keep you on your toes, but also it'll give you a sense of purpose, and that will stop life from becoming boring. If you're working towards becoming the most you can be, you cannot have a boring life. Now, I know that these weren't the answers you were expecting, and I could have made more clickbaity videos saying, travel, and you're sitting there like, oh yeah, I'm gonna travel one day, but obviously, you're broke, so it wouldn't happen. But these things I mentioned will make your day-to-day life fulfilling. Trust me on that. You will not be bored if you implement these things into your life. And even traveling, like I'm traveling right now, I'm in Medellin, and it's like, you do it, like you get used to it pretty quick. You get used to it pretty quick. Being bored is an evolutionary response to you not being able to compete with the men who wanted to go out and conquer the world, take risks, see what's out there. And your body is telling you now that, okay, what you're doing right now is not working. So take this as a good sign. Take out 20 minutes per day for rapid skill acquisition. Spend as much time as you can to achieve mastery over a skill. Take risks, explore the area you're in, and then also track your progress on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, your physique, net worth, and your well-being. Do all these things, and I guarantee you will not be bored. And if it is true that you are actually still bored, I will give you a free 1-year subscription to my premium Snapchat. Love you, bro.